What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Board Games Are For Everybody, where today we are going to be doing an unboxing for Tortuga. This is a game that I have had on my shelf for a little while now. I want to say at least a month and a half, couple months. It's been on our shelf now, and we still have not opened it yet. So I figured we would do an unboxing video for it before we decided to give it a try. Hopefully, opening it up will get us to want to kind of bring it out to the table and give it a shot. So this is Tortuga by Queen Games. Queen Games also made another game that I am quite a fan of, or published, I should say, which is Roma Arena 2, or I guess Arena Roma 2. So this one, I'll be interested to see how this one plays, if it's by the same publisher. Hopefully it's not necessarily similar, but you would think that they have similar aspects to it if it's something that they decided to go with. Let's find the English here, all the way up here, the fourth language. In Tortuga, players step into the role of a swashbuckling buccaneer in search of rare treasures on the Caribbean. Your goal is the legendary pirate haven Tortuga. There, looted treasures are safe and the recognition of the other pirates is certain. But the road is long and assaults from other pirates and sea battles for the prestigious treasures are numerous. Only a large fleet, a capable crew, and as many sabers and cannons as man and ship can hold will help you win the game. Tortuga is an easy-to-learn and exciting dice game for young and old buccaneers. Like I've said multiple times, if that is true, a game that is easy to learn is a good thing in my book. That's a good thing in my book. The easier a game is to learn, the better. I don't mind, playing more difficult games, but I don't want to sit down and go through a 70-page rulebook every day, every time I want to learn a new game. Sometimes simpler games are the way to go. Okay, let's see what we got in here. If it feels like opening, this is a pretty tight fit. There we go. Okay, so first things first. First glance, this is a 40-page rulebook. Granted, it looks like it is in various different languages. However, a 40-page rulebook on a game that says that it's easy to learn, definitely a red flag. Let's see how many pages we got here before we switch into another language. 8 pages. So 8 pages isn't bad. These are like full-size pages, though. It's not like it's a small book like what would be packed into like the tiny epic games. Granted, those rulebooks, speaking of rulebooks, can be incredibly complicated to go through, even though the actual premise of the game is very straightforward once you actually start playing it. So hopefully going through this rulebook isn't going to be too bad. But we've got our rule book here. It seems to be in 5 different languages, if it's the same languages on the side of the box here. We've got our island map of some sort. It looks like it's like a puzzle piece kind of thing of some. Oh, we also have tokens on the back here. This is, because it's 2 sheets. I was like, this is interesting. How am I supposed to pop this without messing up the thing? So we've got what looks to be like some gold possibly here, or just points in general. Something that always annoys me is when things aren't in the center. Now, I don't know if these are supposed to be in the center or not. However, if it's supposed to be in the center, it really annoys me when they offset the press, whether it's intentional or unintentional. It's aesthetically unpleasing. You can definitely see in the manual here it's supposed to be centered, so it's a little irritating when out of the box you get something that the press was off center when they cut the pieces. We have some water tokens here. Seems like some sort of sea tokens, possibly. as I have said in previous videos, we ripped the back here. It's another thing that unfortunately happens sometimes if your pieces aren't cut properly all the way. You're going to get that. You're going to get stuck on the edges, and you're going to end up with, you know, paper bits on the sides that you're going to have to trim off down the road. So it's another thing, production wise, you know, make sure your tiles are cut properly, which most of them seem to be. May have just been a bit of an outlier. That one was pretty tight too. That one was a little tight, but we seem to have gotten it out. These seem to have treasure on the back of them, different amounts. So it looks like these may be hidden treasures at the bottom of the ocean, possibly. So I like going through games before I read the rules. Is like, what's this do? What's that do? It's a good time. It's a good time. We've got our puzzle piece board here, which is the island composed of 2 parts, which it is indeed composed of 2 parts. I'm curious if, because it separates, if that means that they're either separate islands during the game, or they can be become separated during the game. Possibly you could have one side of the island and the other side of the island flooded, so that you have to make an action or something to get from one side to the other. But we have our island piece here, 2 pieces of the island. We have our player tracks, presumably. These are 4 player boards, 1 each, composed of 2 parts in 4 player colors. So it looks like we've got, oh, these once again are split into 2. Says that they are different colors on the back, perhaps? No, it doesn't look like it. I'm not noticing any... Oh, this isn't our player board, is it? Oh, it looks like our player boards. This isn't split into 2 parts, so we currently have these 2. Perhaps the colors are on the other ones we're going to take out. It looks like we have 4 of this side, and we're going to have 4 of another side that is going to create the total player board. I don't think I've ever seen a player board that's broken up into 2 pieces like that. That's interesting. Here is number 3. And here is number 4. And now we seem to have the reverse side here of these. I'm just going to move these up so we can demonstrate how this is going to look. Get these up here. This seems to be the reverse side of our player tokens here. I am still not seeing any player colors of any sort. I don't know how you're supposed to determine. I mean, obviously, each player will have their table in front of them, but I believe it said that they were they were colors. See the rear side. Oh, I guess it's the pirate ship on the back is the color, possibly, which these definitely don't line up, so I guess we're gonna have to find the proper ones that actually match each other in order to properly put them all together. It seems like this is the one for here. So let's toss these here for now. Aha, so these are our ships. It looks like, I mean, I wouldn't really call that a color variation, however they are ship variations, so that's gonna compose our player boards. So each player will have their own ship. We'll kind of assemble these in order here so we can see what each ship looks like. I don't know if that's the next one, but we're gonna find out. We've got blue. Is this the right one? This is the right one. So we've got our blue ship here. I guess it is a color, sort of. I guess we have white, the flag color, and then we have the blue ship. Let's pop these tokens out here. And we've got our last two ships here as well. Oh no, these seem to be the screens. So these are not... Oh, they're right in front of me. Of course they are. So the next one we've got is the orange ship. I kind of like this whole puzzle piece thing. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I like it. It's a cool idea. Again, that's two of these sheets now. Up at the top here you can see we have a bit of a tear. They're just not cut properly all the way through. Final one we have is the, I guess this is a green ship, a teal ship. We had blue already, so. And there is our final ship there. So we have our 4 ships, which all comprise the different player boards. Let's put these up here on the side for now. Let's get out these last tokens here. Okay, we now have our screens, which I suppose these are used to keep other players from seeing the stuff that we are doing. Oh, they seem to bend. You can see on the back here, they just fold inwards like such. Each ship has a corresponding player screen. I guess you would just keep it in like this so that you can see, and to keep your opponents from looking at what you're doing. I will say the bottoms aren't quite straight, which is causing it to tilt down, which is fine. While you're playing, you're still going to be able to see. However, it is kind of tilting downwards. Again, I don't know if that was intentional or not. It's just something that's a little weird. I much would have preferred myself if it was just straight on. You didn't have these curved pieces on the edges here, which is what's causing it to tilt down as such. But they're serviceable. They do what they're supposed to do. That's just a personal preference. I would much rather have it be straight than have it curved. But I suppose it tilting down. Sorry about that. I suppose it tilting down can help prevent players from peeking over the top, but it could also increase the chance of players peeking over the top because it's now a little lower than it would be if it were straight. I do like that it closes all the way. It's kind of like almost like opening a map. We've got our green ship here. It's definitely green. You can kind of tell a little more on this one than you could on there, at least outside of the camera. I'm not sure if on camera the player board looked more green or not, but for me it was a little hard to tell that the ship was green or not. But that card right there definitely confirmed that it is indeed green. And we got our orange ship here as well. So we have player screens that allow players to conceal what it is they're doing. Looks like it has reference to everything that we may need to know on here. How many cannons we may have, I guess how many ships we have, how many crew members we have, how many swords, and what kind of treasure we have. We have got, what is this? Possibly just some sort of stand. It's not listed on the components piece here, so I have no idea what this is. I'm sure the instructions will hopefully clear that up for me as I go through them, but as far as the component list goes here, it does not state what this is or what it does. So we got this, whatever this is. We've got our dice. I'm a big fan of dice. I do like dice rolling. I think it just adds a bit of a component to the game. Obviously, you have your green dice, which we have now discovered is in fact green. We have our yellow dice, we have our blue dice, and we have our orange dice. So like I was saying, I enjoy dice in games. It helps keep people engaged. Obviously, card games, you know, it's all good and well, but you're just playing cards down. There's really nothing else to the game outside of putting cards down and reacting to what those cards do. I like components. Components are nice, I guess is what I'm saying, is that I am a big fan of components. Each of these dice seem to be the same for each character. So we have ships, we have cannons, we have the different skulls, which I'm sure eventually I will figure out. We got sabers, and we got treasures. Each die seems to have a different value for each of them. So I guess as you roll die, you will start stockpiling different resources as you go through your turns. And it looks like this is the last thing that we have in here, which is just all of our bits and bobs, all of our tokens and such. We got what looks to be like a black pirate ship, the pirate ship of Blackbeard, I suppose. Oh, this is the start player token. So this determines what player goes first. This is a little unnecessary as a starter marker. I have never really understood starter markers myself. It just seems like kind of a waste of materials. But I think people are more than capable of, you know, remembering who the starting player should be. But it is a pretty cool meeple. Just a big pirate ship, big and bulky. So we got our pirate ship here. We have 4 pirate tokens, which I guess are these guys here. Got little pirate tokens. 3 and 4. We've got our boat tokens. Got 4 of those as well. These guys go up here. And then we have 40 treasure piece tokens, all split into different colors. There are 10 red, 10 blue, 10 yellow, 5 white, 5 purple. So I presume that the white and the purple trunks are more valuable, seeing as there are less of them. Just get all of these sorted here. And it looks like that is pretty much everything that is in the box. These look like tiny little licorice candies. Don't eat your game pieces. I know we've gotten a handful of games where where the figures could be candy. They're either really shiny or they're just really vibrant. Don't eat your game pieces. I know it can be tempting. Don't eat your game pieces. So we got all of our treasure chests here. We got our dice. We have our player mats and our screens. We have our starting player pirate ship. We have our 4 boat tokens, our 4 pirate tokens, all of our dice. We have these money tokens of some sort. The book here says that they are bonus tokens, bonus tiles, I should say. We have our island, which splits into 2 pieces. And we have all of these underwater treasure icons that have different treasure values on them. I can only flip up ones for some reason. Apparently there's only there we go, there's a 2. There's only a value of 1 in all these treasure pieces. But yeah, that is everything that is inside the box, with the exception of this pouch here, which presumably either holds the treasures so that you randomly select treasures, or possibly it randomly holds these guys here. But it presumably holds something to be drawn at random, which we will find out once we actually get to the game. Now that I have this opened, I really like how all these pieces look. Like I said earlier, I'm a fan of components. I'm a fan of having things to move around and interact with. So I'm actually quite excited to try and get this out onto the table now. It looks like there's quite a bit here to be to explore. I don't know what the correct word is that I'm looking for here. Looks like there's quite a bit to delve into, is what I wanted to say, and kind of learn, and hopefully it ends up being something that we enjoy, because I do like how the game looks. I think it can look pretty good once it's all set up and stuff. Definitely when I do that, we will take some pictures, which we will post on our Instagram page. If you guys are on Instagram, just check out the Board Games Are For Everybody Instagram page. We post photos of games that we're playing. We post photos of games that we pick up outside of the monthly pickup videos, so you guys can kind of keep track of kind of what we're doing in our board gaming time, as well as new stuff that we pick up to try. But yeah, it looks like this is everything that is inside Tortuga by Queen Games. So thank you guys very much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I will see you all next time. But until then, just remember, the board games are for everybody. Until next time, peace.